a hain, a doe, a kui, kai, shock to yeah. Hey guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Rina B, and what is the Bomba Claros Club Pussy Clot Tea? What's up, what's up, what's up? Subscribe, will ya? Hopefully you guys can see me. Wait, can you guys see me? Can y'all see my black motherfucking names? How y'all doing? Yeah. Oh my god, update. I got like these like long ass I don't know if you can see them, like braces thingy, like the thicker bands, and it's been actually eating me up. Like, they told me that I was gonna feel a bit of pressure, but I did not think it was gonna be like this. Like, as in, it's been like damn near a week now, and I'm still feeling pain, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? When they said beauty is pain, they did not motherfucking lie. Today's topic of discussion is emotional trauma, because I feel like, well, this is one that I've been dealing with myself, that I've been healing from, that I'm on my healing journey from. I think it's probably the biggest one for me anyways, that I've been more consciously, actively working on in my life, in my 20s right now. So, and I know there's a lot of other people that are also going through this, or may not even be aware that they have a lot of like emotional trauma. So I wanted to just speak about it, things that I've learned, things that has helped me like have a bit more grasp on emotional regulation and stuff like that. So I think, yeah. So sit back, relax, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Yeah. I want to start off with even just like the self-awareness about it, and like how it can develop within you. Because obviously, like things like emotional dysregulation and stuff like that, or even things like okay, a lot of the time, especially for my own personal case, that I've come to the realization through therapy and like even just like doing shadow work and writing in my journal and just seeing how I've progressed over time, it's obviously stemming from childhood, which a lot of things do stem from childhood, which like 90% of our shit stems from our childhood, and how our parents' way of dealing with their own emotions has now passed out onto us. And I feel like, especially for women, actually no, I'm going to say even men, because I feel like women have a lot more emotional intelligence than men. And I feel like, especially for men, y'all don't realize how your parents, specifically your fathers, or lack thereof, have played such an impact on how you deal with your emotions. And honestly, it's 2023, babe. It's time we start developing some emotional intelligence. I'm done with dealing with niggas that don't know how to like get their shit together. Like, I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Y'all need to get your yeah. I'm trying best not to curse as much anymore. So I would say, first of all, just even like try to like understand, or even like, yeah, try to look out for how your parents deal with their emotions. If like they're stressed, or if life is not going as perfectly or as smoothly as they would like it to be, notice how they deal with those type of like situations. Or let's say if like they've had a bad day, or if they've had a stressful day, and now you want to like talk to them, or you want to engage with them, or whatever the case may be, are they quick to like release their emotions onto you even though you had nothing to do with their problems? Or are they somebody, do you know what I mean? Like, or are they able to communicate that, yo, I'm not in the best mood today, or like I've had a really bad day, could you just give me some space, some time to get myself together? Do you know what I mean? Like, notice those little things. Or like, if somebody now comes to them with some terrible news, or like distressing news, or whatever the case may be, how do they process that? How do they channel that? Are they quick to also release that onto other people? Or are they, do you know what I mean? Small things like that. Like, understand how your own family members, like your very close immediate family members, are able to process their emotions, because that will also help you understand your own self and why you deal with the emotions the way you do. It will tell you a lot about yourself. Do you know what I mean? And you also start to see a lot of similarities. It can be a lot harder if it's a thing where you didn't grow up with a father figure, or you didn't grow up with a mother figure. So because there was no actual, or even if, let's say, if you grew up with just one parent alone, and that parent themselves does not have like a good relationship with their own emotions, I'm so sorry, it's inevitable. You're going to end up having some fucked up relationships with your emotions yourself. But obviously, knowing that you have this issue is a good way to then start like healing. So I think that's just one thing that I want to put out to the people, that at least become more aware on your own family dynamic and how everyone deals with their shit. You don't even have to talk to them about it, just like observe. Yeah, like once you're able to then understand and gather as much information as possible, do your own research as well, please, guys. I cannot emphasize that enough. And once you're able to understand where your own family's emotional trauma is coming from and how you guys operate, or how you operate as an individual, then you're able to see how it also affects your relationships. Because with me, what I've learned about myself is that, like, I've noticed in myself is how, like, especially recently, actually, because something happened recently that, like, somebody came to me with interesting news. They kind of just sprung it on me out of nowhere, and I was a bit taken aback because me and this person were friends, right? Even though I kind of had a feeling that they were into me, but it was never really like verbally expressed. But you know when your intuition is just telling you that, like, no, this person, you know when you just feel it, like you just feel it, but like because nobody has said anything, you just kind of brush it off and just leave it to the side. But then within our friendship, we kind of ended up like separating because of various factors. So, and us separating led me like being hurt from it, because obviously I had anyway, it was just a big situation, right? Leading me to be hurt in the end of it, because I genuinely did like that friendship. I loved that friendship. I cherished that friendship, and for it to end the way it did, it hurt me a lot. And then this person ended up coming back saying all this cuckoo stuff, and it took me by surprise, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like, and expressing their romantic interest for me. And I was like, nigga, what the fuck? And it's crazy though, because when I came back home and I thought about it, my initial reaction in that moment was just to like go full avoidant mode. And I feel so bad for doing that now. But it also, like, the fact that I was able to actually like be aware of that, I love that within myself, because obviously that means I'm actually like growing, because I wouldn't have clocked it beforehand. But I went full avoidant mode, as in it was full dismissal. I was just like, yeah, not right now. I'm kind of busy right now. I'll talk to you in a bit. Like, I went full avoidant mode because I felt so uncomfortable in that situation to talk about it, or to like express my real authentic emotions and express my real authentic thoughts. Because obviously them coming to me with this romantic interest was kind of a bit like, I don't know, it kind of pissed me off as well, because I was like, how dare you say this to my face, talking about, oh, you want to get to know me, or you like me, or whatever the fuck, when you were on some fuckery not too long ago. When you hurt my feelings, you broke our friendship, you broke my trust, you betrayed me, my nigga, not too long ago. As in, you fucked up our friendship not too long ago. And now you want to come into my face talking about romantic interest. What the hell? So it was like a bunch of shit that was just going into my brain that was like, that just turned me full of avoidance mode. Do you know what I mean? And that's not good. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, not that I feel bad I feel bad towards the individual, but I personally feel disappointed in myself for not speaking up, because I knew how I felt. I knew what I wanted to say. I knew the thoughts and emotions that I had, but instead of actually me communicating and expressing that to the person, I just went avoidance mode. I just detached from the situation completely, and I ran away from the situation because I didn't want to confront it for what it was. Do you get what I mean? But that's what I mean by, like, it can affect your relationships if you're not aware of your emotional triggers and how you respond to things like that. Like, let's say if somebody's coming to you expressing their disappointment or expressing the fact that you've hurt them or that they don't like how you're behaving towards them or they don't like how you're treating them. And either you go into straight victimizing mentality, thinking that because they're expressing their feelings towards you and expressing that, oh, I don't like how you treat me, that you now turn and be like, oh, yeah, well, why is it always... Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you then turn and you then try to flip the situation as... You then try to flip the situation as if you're the victim, when it's like, bro, can you not just take a step back and understand where the person is coming from and understand that your behaviors and the way your behaviors is hurting the person that you so-called care about? But yeah, you'd rather switch it and turn as if you're the victim in the situation. It's fucked up. Or you can even go the opposite end of the spectrum and you take things so personally. Someone could just be telling you something because they want you just to become aware of your behaviors, not because they want to attack you, just because they care about you and they care about this relationship and this friendship, whatever, to actually grow on it and to build on it, that they'd rather have you aware of what you're doing. But because of whatever issues you have going on, you take that in so personally and you let that fuck up your own emotional state. Not even just with friendships, but like obviously romantic relationships. And not even just that, but also with your children as well. I think that's a big reason why I'm right now in my 20s trying to deal with my emotional trauma and try to emotionally regulate myself, because it's like I don't want to now get to a point where I do decide to have children and I do decide to build a family and I can't even get my shit together. Let's say, because obviously we all know that like when you have children, they're gonna bring out a different side to you. They're gonna bring out trauma triggers that you're not even aware of, or that you didn't know that you had until they came into your life. And I don't want to, and obviously we're human beings, we're going to have flaws our whole journey. You're never going to be perfect. You never get to a stage of being fully healed. I think that's stupid. I don't think that's like a healthy mindset to have, to aim to be fully healed. I don't think that's ever like a thing that you can fully obtain. But I would rather, not only for myself, but as a society, that we get into a stage of consistently and actively healing and becoming aware of our childhood traumas and becoming aware of our triggers. Because at least then when I do decide to have children and I do decide to build a family, or I do decide to get into a committed long-term relationship, that it's like, even if there's aspects of our relationship or there's aspects of my children, of my trip with my children, that brings out certain triggers within me, I have that emotional intelligence and I've built healthy methods to combat it. That is like, even if something happens, I'm like, oh wait, why do I feel the way I feel? Why is this coming up? Why, like, what part of my relationship with this person has now brought up this feeling inside of me or this behavior inside of me? Where is it stemming from? And what methods and solutions can I now cultivate in my own life on a consistent basis to eradicate that? Do you get what I mean? And then because I found now a healthy solution, I can then communicate that to my children, or I can communicate that to my partner. Do you get what I mean? So then they're aware of where I'm at and what's going on within me. And then they can also be able to deal with it in a healthy manner as well. Do you get what I mean? And then that's how your relationship as a whole can strengthen and can grow and can be stronger and can be even more beautiful. Do you get me? So, yeah. But even to like segue onto that, maybe a bit controversial, but to be honest with you, I'm a walking controversy, so I don't really give a fuck. But one thing I actually don't like about society right now is the fact that, like, okay, we've gone to a stage where like everybody is quite aware, maybe even too hyper aware, but we're not even going to get into that right now, but quite self-aware on the issues we have within ourselves. A lot of people understand that, like, or they've gone to a place of knowing that, like, they have ADHD, BPD, ADD, whatever the fuck. Everyone's kind of aware of, like, their quote-unquote issues, right? But I don't like how now it's just kind of stopped at that. Everyone has kind of has realized on how they have developed. Emphasis on the developed. Remember, language, how they have developed, not born, but developed. But it's kind of just stopped there. And I don't like that. Because it's like, okay, yeah, you have developed this way from your childhood and from your environment and from your parents and from your whatever the fuck and from your relationships. But there's also a way that you can move on from that and grow from that, evolve from that, become a healthier person from that. And even though a lot of our development stays with us, because I know like things like ADHD, it's not a thing that you can get rid of. Like obviously you develop that way, so like that's now has become kind of who you are. But you can also use those developments to benefit you and you're able to regulate it in a way that is healthy. Do you know what I mean? And that like is not at your detriment. It won't negatively impact you or your relationships with other people. And I feel like as a society, and actually, do you know what? I don't even blame us, because I know that there's a bigger agenda behind it, which a lot of people aren't aware of. But that's why your girl is here. That's why your girl is here. You figure out what the fuck is wrong with you, yeah? And you just stop at that. And then you use whatever issues you have going on as an excuse for all the bullshit that you also cause yourself. And that's actually one big thing I hate with our society, is the fact that, let's say me having ADHD now, right? Somebody has now come to me saying that, oh, Zarina, I don't like how whatever the fuck, I don't know, they've come to me with some issue within a relationship because of my ADHD. And I'm constantly saying, oh, well, it's because I have ADHD, or it's because I have this, or because I'm this, or because I'm that. And it's like you're constantly using that as an excuse for your behaviors. When it's like, bro, that's not healthy. That's not good. That's actually very disrespectful. I'll be so real. And if you're somebody that wants to have healthy relationships with people, you cannot use how you have developed as an excuse for being a fool, for being disrespectful, for hurting those that are in your life, those that you care about, those that you claim to love. You cannot use that as an excuse for your behaviors and for your actions, especially if they have communicated that to you on several occasions, my niggas. It's not okay. At that point, that's where the level of self-awareness should come into play and be like, okay, the people around me have, or this specific person has communicated that because of this, and that they feel disrespected or they don't feel appreciated in the relationship, whatever. And even though I know part of it is because of this, but I can't let that affect my relationship, especially if I've seen a change in our relationship. What can I do now that will help me evolve and grow and to combat whatever the fuck this is going on, and also strengthen our relationship and can be seen in my actions and can be seen in my behaviors, because actions speak louder than words. Do you know what I mean? And if that person's able to then see your change in behavior, then they'll be like, okay, they do fuck with me. They do care about me. They do care about the relationship. But I've seen a lot is that some people will figure out that the fact that they have this issue, yeah, and go straight down to the medical route and getting shoved down a bunch of prescriptions down their throats. Which, if you feel like it's working for you, that's good for you. Thumbs up. Do you know what I mean? But I think personally, because I have a vendetta against the pharmaceutical industry right now, I probably will have a vendetta against them for a very long time. Guys, my camera died. Can you imagine? Child, I don't even know where I left off at. I think I was talking about how I don't like society. Knowing what I know and knowing the agenda, the greater agenda that is behind all of it. Guys, please, like, stop. Genuinely, like, let's all cultivate and obtain healthier, more deeply rooted solutions, because a lot of these issues that we all have, it stems from somewhere. Like, it was generated and it was created and it developed from somewhere. So you can find healthy methods to combat it, instead of just trying to find a quick fix, instant gratification. I think that's society's problem. I won't even lie, is the instant gratification. Everyone's looking for a quick fix, a quick way to get rich, a quick method to get things and obtain things quick. When it's like, if something has taken you years to develop this way, bro, it's a simple small tablet that's made out of only God knows what the fuck. It's not gonna fix you, my nigga. It's just going to suppress, and it's going to suppress, and it's going to suppress, and it's going to suppress. And that's why even things like antidepressants, and I know this because I've been recommended to be put on it. Can you imagine? Yes, like, for real. It got to a point where I was so deeply, I don't want to say depressed, but I was so deep inside that cycle that they tried to recommend me antidepressants for a long time. And I was like, no, because I'm stubborn, I'm a Taurus. That's how we do. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, what the fuck? So I had to do the work and figure out why the fuck I was feeling the way I did, figure out how I got to this point in time, and find ways to get me to a happier place, because I knew that's not how I was. I knew that there's a brighter side to life, and it does take work, and it does take a lot of work, and it is going to take you quite a bit of time to get to the other side of things. But I'm telling you, as somebody that has lived through it, went through it, and is on the other side of it now, there is always a better, brighter, happier, peaceful side on the other end of it, if you're able to actually do the work. So even things like having ADHD and stuff like that, like, bro, there's ways that you can use it to your benefit, to where it's not damaging you, to where it's not fucking up your life, to where your life isn't in constant chaos and you're not in constant survival mode because of it, to where you feel like you have to alternate, or to feel like you have to change who you are to fit society or to seem as normal, or to where you're constantly having issues in your relationships because people just can't seem to understand you or how you operate. There's ways to actually healthierize. I don't know if that's the word, but I'm making that word. There's ways to healthierize it if you actually are willing to do the fucking work, my nigga. Stop always looking for a quick way to fix things. Life isn't always about quick. It's not. It will not help. You think it's helping you now, but I'm telling you, it's only going to make things worse, especially as you get older. And I'm talking to all my people I'm talking specifically to all my people that are in their teens and their early 20s, maybe even late 20s. Guys, once you get to 30, 40, 50 years of age, we don't know what's going to be happening at that point, especially when you start adding children into the mix. My niggas, please, let's use our logical and critical thinking skills here. Granted, as I said, I'm aware that a lot of people don't know this information because it's not in your face. They don't put it directly out in your face. You have to actually go and find that information out there to know what the greater agenda is. And because I don't like the Matrix at all, and I actually genuinely hate the government and the system and whoever has built this Matrix and have a very big vendetta against them, of course I'm gonna go and, look what's up. So obviously I would say go do your research, go find the information. But obviously they don't want you to know that too, so do they now? But anyways, yeah, that's that. That's all I have to say for now. I hope this video at least triggered something within one of you guys and sparked some type of interest or some type of motivation to get on your fucking healing journey and to start obtaining self-discipline, self-love, self-respect, self-healing. Because I'm telling you, when you start seeing the results from it, or even when you start, like when you start, yeah, when you start seeing the results, even if it's just small, tiny results, it's still results at the end of the day. It becomes addictive. It actually becomes addicting. And the sky's the limit. When you start healing one aspect of yourself, now you start wanting to heal the other aspects of yourself as well. And then because of that, you start to see your own self change and grow. And because of that, you start to see your relationships with people become healthier. You start to attract people that align with you and think the way you do, and want to grow with you, and want to evolve with you, and want to be healthy with you. It's so beautiful. The domino effect when just starting off with yourself, when you start with yourself and you fix your shit by yourself, for yourself, the domino effect it plays in your life is crazy. It's actually like seeing it physical real time manifest out into the real world. It's crazy, my niggas. I'm telling you, tap the fuck in. But that's all I have to say for now, innit? Subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know your own 2 cents drop your 2 cents in the comments, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? And I'll see you guys in a blippity blip second.